We got 1, 2, 3, 4 different knives or different products we're going to be checking out in this video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we've got a knife from Lothar, one from Kaiser, one from Vosteed here with the cheese. We're going to find out what that's all about. And then we have a mystery item we're going to be checking out here towards the end as well. As usual, there'll be links in the description and pinned comments so you guys can check them out. Prices, availability, and variants. And it does help out the channel when you use those links. But it's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. Of course, highly appreciated. That being said, let's go ahead and dig in here. We got Lothar. They sent out a few knives here we're going to be checking out over a variety of different videos coming up. Hello, can I put the password in? All right, how do we get inside? My goodness, talk about a tight fit. All right, we got this zipper pouch here with the Lothar branding. Do we have a name for it? Yes, no, the Raphael. Okay, sounds like my guy, the Ninja Turtle. Check it out. We're about to find out what the Raphael is all about. Kind of carbon fiber looking aesthetics to it. And let's dig in here. We got the knife. We've got some paperwork and also a wiping cloth. Pretty standard unboxing experience, if you would. This one should be on the affordable end of things. And man, oh man, here we go. The Raphael, right? For starters, we have aluminum here. Nice, beautiful milled aluminum on the outside, blacked out. We're dealing with a nice little soccer ball looking hexagonal milling on the handle there. That's looking nice. Give it a nice little touch. Color aesthetics, we're going for that black on sand dune, sort of. Some companies call it rose gold. To me, it's more like a bronze. So sort of color combo here on the blade and the back spacer. We have prow liners on this one. They're all blacked out. That's going to be a steel back spacer as well, and also your lanyard solution. At the same time, deep pocket carry clip, not reversible on the other side. Also a little bit tall. We'll check aesthetics in a moment. And thumb studs for deployment and a crossbar lock. So let's go ahead and send it here. Ooh, bam. Ooh, baby, come on now. Check it out. We got extra speed holes right there on the fuller, right? Giving you extra horsepower on the blade. Check that out. Flat grind Tanto, dual flat grind zones. A little bit of a clip point here on the top. VG10 steel, that's an interesting one. Surprised they're not doing 14C 28N. They went VG10 steel instead. But no doubt the blade actually looks really, really nice. Let me set it down. You guys like to get a closer look, get a better view. Check it out right there in its full glory. As far as the action here, right, nice and easy to pull back on the crossbar lock. All right, that's nice and smooth. Of course, check it out. Ball bearing action. Thumb deployment is nice. Reverse flick. Might go meat of the middle finger instead. There's not a lot of room to do a flick off the nail, but it is possible. Check it out. Oh yeah. So we got at least 3 different deployment methods, and I'm finding that I'm overdoing it a lot of times because you really don't have to give it that much flick of the wrist in order for it to close. I'm trying to dial it in, right? Get a feel for the action. Will take you maybe a couple minutes from breaking the knife brand new out of the box just to get a feel for the action, how much flick of the wrist, and then you're good to go. By the way, if my voice sounds a little bit weird, I think I might be getting sick here, maybe coming down with something. So my apologies. I know you guys want to keep seeing some awesome content. So if I stop making content, I mean, all the gear is just going to pile up here. And I definitely do not want to fall behind. So with that in mind, let's keep moving forward. We do have some milling on the inside for weight reduction. So that's going to help a tad bit. And then as far as that pocket clip and the overall ergos, check it out. Full hammer grip, right? Got handle for days. No forward choke options, so you're just going to be here, right? Anywhere in the handle. If you have bigger hands, you should be good. I have average size hands, I'm able to get, right, obviously a full purchase, but still room for folks with larger hands. No finger choke or forward choke option, like I said earlier. And we do have a little bit of jimping there on the blade. Kind of wish it was a little bit longer, right? That's just nitpicking at this point. But as far as the pocket clip, I thought it was going to be really, really uncomfortable, but it's actually surprisingly not that bad. I'm going to go a solid 9 out of 10. The only other pet peeve here or thing to nitpick will be not reversible. For lefties, I mean, it is a crossbar lock knife. So after all, lefties should be able to enjoy this knife as well. As I'm showcasing here with zero dexterity on my left hand. Check it out. So yeah, the action is good, right? You got some solid ergos, good steel, good presentation, overall aesthetics, fit and finish. Loving the milled aluminum. It's got personality to it, and they gave it a name worth remembering. Raphael, right? If you give me the soup letter, there's no way I'm remembering that, but Raphael, I can definitely work with. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. Of course, link down below so you guys can check it out. Obviously, very affordable. Definitely not going to break the bank. Pretty solid package here from Lothar. Let's go ahead and keep moving forward. Zoop. Next, we've got a knife here from Kizer. It is called, drumroll please, the Mini Bay. It is an Azo design, 1.89 inches on the blade, 14C 28N steel, satin finish with the micarta with the vortex pattern handle. That should be interesting. And it is a D10 slip joint. So that's definitely an interesting combo there for sure. It is part of their Vanguard series, so it should be on the more affordable end of things. Let's see what we're working with. We got the knife. Then we got some additional hardware. We got a camping sticker. We have a wiping cloth. And last but not least, we have some paperwork. Pretty standard stuff for Kizer, all right, as far as unboxing goes. Here is the Mini Bay. Hello, here we go. Oh man, this guy is a tiny little guy, right? Let's go 5x zoom here. It's giving me, yeah, that Vortex micarta looks really, really hot. We recently looked at it here on the Wharning, which again recently released here for May 2026, and it's an absolute banger. Right, if you haven't checked out the Wharning with an H, look into it. It is absolutely really, really nice for the money. But yeah, same micarta on this one's got kind of like the water ripple effect, you know, like some maybe waves and things like that on it. I know we've seen it blue and gray. This black and gray sort of combo looks really good. We have recessed liners, a deep pocket carry clip, not reversible on the other side, and then we have a tiny little flipper here, sort of like a competitor to the Corgi. Kind of gives me Vosteed Corgi vibes in a way, but of course with the whole different vibe from Kizer. Since it's a whole different designer and all, we have jimping here both on the top and on the side. Let's go ahead and send it here, flipper deployment only. Whoa, bam, there it is, guys. There is the blade. Got a nice little sheep's foot blade there, of course small but capable. Small but mighty, if you would, with that 14C 28N steel. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit of a wipe here. Bada bing, bada boom. Kind of show you guys what it looks like, right? Without them oils, flat grind, satin finish, and a big old Mini Bay printed on the other side. That could have been printed maybe a little bit smaller. I wouldn't have minded. I don't know why it has to be printed so big on a knife this small, but it's a D10 slip joint. So it's not a locking knife, right? Just a nice little non-locking slip joint to have on the go. Doesn't have a half stop or anything like your traditional slip joints would, and it's gonna lock with a D10. So I mean, it makes for a very sort of fidgety knife in a way, right? I like kind of closing it with, look at that, with your index finger. You can just push it, and the D10 pressure is just gonna let you close it in one motion. I want to say we looked at one some time ago here, and it was kind of like Lego theme. It kind of looked like a Lego brick with all the little like race circles and Lego pattern and what have you. And at the time, I want to say that was like a website exclusive, and it was also available on TikTok. Happy to see this model. This one should be available on their website as well. Have it all linked down below so you guys can check it out. Who is this a good knife for? Well, a lot of people have local laws that prevent them from carrying a large knife. I mean, you have under 2 inches here on the blade, which is solid. Very small form factor through and through. So if you were to have restricting local laws, then you should be good to go on that front. Just a quick read here. We have 4.75 inches on the overall length, under 2 inches on the blade. Again, the box says 1.89 inches. Cutting path is closer to 1.5 inches. And the handle alone is going to be just a hair over 2.75, like 2.8, 2.85 or so. Makes it a great candidate for a fifth pocket carry or secondary or what have you, and obviously being a budget knife, right, it's not going to break the bank in any way, shape, or form. My neighbors, landscaping people, showed up. I feel like they have a clock. Maybe they're tracking me down. It's like, when is Miguel about to press record? Because that's exactly when we're going to show up.
A few moments later.
Anyways, did I mention this thing is super fidgety? I mean, I think that this might be one of the fastest opening and closing knives ever. You get the movement right. Oh man, come on now. You can have it open and close in just a matter of seconds. Of course, I mean, you're going to want to be careful with a knife like this, especially a non-locking knife. You know, you don't want to put pressure on the spine of the blade because you are obviously going to disengage the knife on yourself. So that's just something to be mindful of. It does have a little finger choil right there. I think if you kind of forward choke a tad bit, you do have control of the blade. Even if it disengages, you're controlling what the blade does. I mean, you can get a full purchase if you use a finger choil. That's about the only way to actually get all 4 fingers, right? Get a full 4-finger grip. But other than that, I mean, it is a quirky, small little guy here. I don't know about you guys, but my wife absolutely loves smaller knives like this one. Typically, when I show her a cool knife, if it's a certain size, she'll be like, okay, it's whatever. I like it, but it's too big, right? Every time I have a quirky small little knife, she's always trying to snatch it away from me. So if you have, you're trying to get your lady into the EDC world, right? Maybe a small, tiny, little cute knife like this one might just do the trick. I'm telling you, you get the wifey on board or your significant other, spouse, or what have you, and they're going to be very supportive of your passion and hobby going forward. That was my goal and mission my first 6 months into the EDC journey. And trust me, getting my wife on board has already paid significant dividends since then. Let me know your thoughts on the Mini Bay from Kizer Knives. Again, this one's available now if you want to pick it up. Link down below. Next, we have something interesting here from Vosteed. It's got this sort of cheese aesthetics, a little bit of Swiss cheese looking to it. With the orange, we're going to go ahead and cut in here, see what these are all about. You know, Vosteed is always checking out, trying new stuff, doing some limited edition runs and stuff like that. So this one is up there along with that theme, and they're doing it for a nice, good cause we'll talk about in a second. I believe the theme on this one is called the CheesePirates, right? And we're going to break that down in a moment. Hello, can I get can I get the stuff in there, please? Thank you. All right, so we got another little box within the box and some other goodies in here. So we have a cheese for paws, right? This is the sort of movement or campaign that Vosteed is pushing right now. So we got this nice little booklet right here. We have a limited cheese with a little heart and a paw right there, little Velcro patch. That's nice, digging that. Then we have a limited Vosteed wiping cloth here with the cheese theme as well, right? They're not going to see that in every Vosteed box for sure. And of course, a good old Vosteed handout from older models. We have pretty much checked every single one of them out here in the channel. If you want to learn more, of course, you can check the videos. Just put the knife name Miguel EDC on the YouTube search box and you'll find those videos right away. So which version of the CheesePirate Vosteed model did we get here? Let's get into the cheese theme little pouch here. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are checking out the Raccoon. Take a look. This is not just any Raccoon. This is the button-operated liner lock. I want to say Raccoon 2.0, right? It's got the 2.0 revisions here, it looks like. And check it out. So we got the darker orange on the edges there. Then we have the sort of yellow looking, right, cheese. It's all G10, by the way, right? So it's like layered G10 going on here. Looking nice. Linear solution, right? Deep pocket carry clip, reversible on the other side. You already know the Raccoon is one of the best, most recommendable budget EDCs you can buy in the market right now. So when you get a chance to put, bam, a little bit of an extra sauce on it and make it a little bit special, why not? Absolutely, that is a no-brainer. Check it out. It's going to have a stone wash finish on, of course, 14C 28N steel. Looking the best. Beautiful drop point blade with a flat grind. Just what the doctor ordered right there. For sure. We're going to go over all the CheesePirates drop-in information here in just a moment. But yeah, this is looking sweet. Exposed liners that are milled for weight reduction. In the inside, of course, the action with the button-operated liner lock. It's going to be really, really good. Nice and milled button, by the way. And yeah, this is really, really awesome. Think like a Spyderco compression lock, but way easier, right, to use. Way easier to actuate and whatnot. Thumbs up deployment, right? Getting at it here with the middle finger for the reverse flick. That is money. Money! Thumbs up deployment, absolute, solid. So if you don't know about the Raccoon by now, I mean, you've got to be living under a rock. And if this is your first time hearing about the Raccoon, hello, welcome to the EDC knife community. Little did you know that knives could make great tools for daily use. But yeah, there's a lot that was updated here from the original Raccoon. Multiple jimping zones, a little bit of a better finger choil situation with jimping also. Better grip here, we can forward choke, get better control of the blade. If you do a little grip like this, obviously you can put your index finger in the jimping, right? Do some tip work or what have you. Still getting amazing ergonomics with the hammer grip. The ability to forward choke always makes it a great knife for everyday carry. And the action is just really, really smooth and reliable while being one of the stronger locking systems out there. Also finger safe. You don't have to have your fingers in the way, right? On the path of the blade, if you would. So check it out. Yeah, very lefty friendly, of course, with the ambidextrous style lock. You would just use your index finger for the button instead of your thumb. But yeah, obviously you can reverse a pocket clip as well. put the filler tab on the other side. So, I mean, they thought of everything. This is one of their most popular models at Vosteed for a reason. So, absolutely goes without saying. So, they have 3 different models that are going to be part of this collection. It's going to be the Corgi Pop, it's going to be the Porcupine, and the Raccoon top liner lock. But they're doing kind of like a Cheese Inspire EDC series to create support for animal rescue through the Cheese for Paws campaign. Lots of people over at Vosteed share their lives with rescue animals. And through this campaign and a partnership with Blade HQ, every dollar from each of the knives sold will be donated to the All Paws Count. It is a Utah-based nonprofit animal rescue organization. So it's a nice little way to get a cool limited run knife and at the same time support a great cause. So I don't know about you guys, but we are puppy lovers here in this house. We have a little mini golden doodle of our own. And so I think this is absolutely a pretty cool way to do a limited run and obviously have a very meaningful sort of purpose behind it. These are going to be launching May 20th at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as of the time of this video, it is May 14th. You still have a little bit of time to get ready for it when they drop. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. Are you going to be picking one up when they drop on the 20th? Yes, no. Leave a comment down below. And again, all links in the description and pinned comment as well. So it is now time to check out what the mystery item is going to be for this video. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Here we go. Bam! These come in a pack of 2 and they are retractable USB-C charging cables. I've been looking for a clean solution, trying to declutter some of the cables on my work desk, my battle station if you would, and I got cables pretty much everywhere. I saw these on a different video for like office organization and productivity desk and things like that. I love those kind of videos, by the way. That's just something about me. I like having an organized desk space where there's as little clutter as possible. And so these should come pretty handy, and this is what they do. So you got a USB-C cord, right? This could be connected to your computer, right? An outlet or what have you, right? That's going to be where it's drawing power from. And this got the 3M little sticker here. You can stick it upside down, right side up. You got multiple different mounting options or sideways or what have you. And it's got the magnetic, little latching, right? Little section here for the USB-C cord that's going to retract. So this one you can stretch as far out as you want to charge your devices, your iPhone, whatever electronic you use. In my case, the Steam Deck or even PlayStation controllers or what have you, right? You can stretch it out quite a bit. This one says 1.4 meters length. Future me translate that into freedom units, aka inches or feet. There we go. So it's got quite the reach there. And then once you're done with it, the best part is just pulling back and then just retracting the whole thing, folding it away, out of mind, out of sight, good to go. So it should reduce the clutter at my desk from a lot of cables that I have. And then it comes in a pack of 2. So this one's pretty much the same thing. I can just design or place them in 2 different areas. And then I know I got USB-C charging pretty much on at least 2 different locations. That is going to be very nice and easy to retract and put away, especially when I'm not using it, right? It's not going to be taking space in my desk. At any moment's notice, I need to charge something, a device, what have you. Most flashlights, by the way, these days have USB-C. So sometimes I go do a video on a flashlight, the battery may be dead or whatever. I can charge it very conveniently and also stash it away in the same fashion. Yeah, these are pretty sweet, pretty cool, very affordable. Not gonna break the bank in any way, shape, or form. Let me know your thoughts on this ones, guys. What do you like about them? What do you love about them? Any product in this video, for that matter, that you've checked out so far. Do you have a cable issue yourself? Do you end up using a lot of USB-C cables and then they go missing? They're never there when you need them, whatever the case may be. Let me know what your situation looks like and if you can relate. By the way, these might seem like a sponsored product, but they are not. I bought these with my own money. They are a sponsor indeed by the like button. So smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps your boy here make videos like these for your enjoyment. Thank you all so much in advance. Almost forgot to mention this. I'm not sure if I mentioned it already, but once it's mounted, you can actually still turn this thing 360, right, with this base. So maybe you mounted it this way, you realize you wanted it more aiming this way or aiming the opposite way, whatever the case may be, right? And don't worry, right, you can turn 360. So it's not like you'll stick it and then realize, change your mind, and it's already stuck there for good. You can still turn it without any issues. Feel like that's absolutely a good feature to have. I'm glad they added that on there. As always, guys, there are tons of videos on YouTube you could be watching instead, but you chose to watch this one and hang out with me until the end. That means the world to me. Thank you all so much. Check out this video I recommend to the left, or this video YouTube recommends to the right. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.